Right, hi everybody, Chris here, 2E0UKH, just doing a little video on the close call on the UBC125. So just so you can see how I got to this menu, I'll just come back out of it. So it's function and hold, that brings up the close call mode and all the settings. All the settings are in there. So going from the top, you've got close call mode, close call off, self-explanatory. Close call do not disturb, that means it will pick up a nearby frequency on close call, something's very strong, but it won't disturb what you're listening to. If you're listening to something you've searched for or scanned for, only when that goes silent the close call will sample the frequencies you've selected. I'll show you that bit in a minute, the bands you can select. Close call priority, now if you have that on, it will disturb what you're listening to and it will go straight to what you're sampling on close call. Close call only, that's my favourite one. It's got select that and it will just lock onto anything nearby. That's a really good mode, that is. So I've got a little radio here, look, little transceiver next to it. This is a 4-watt handheld. If I just key up, it's found it. Just press a number button or something and it will show the frequency I transmitted on. Now that's a quick demo of the close call. I did want to do a long range video showing the range of the close call, but it's very wet here, so I'll do that another time. So that's close call in operation. It does beep, it does flash when you get a hit on the close call. So back into the settings, function and hold. So close call mode. We've been through all the different modes and you can also turn it off. You've got the close call bands. You can say which bands you want to be on or off when performing the close call. So you can go into every one of these bands. Most of the time I have every single band on. Don't think it makes any difference speed wise. So all of these I've got set to on. You can choose the alerts so that if you're somewhere that you don't want it to beep, if you don't want to look suspicious, you can turn the sound off. You can have the beep on and off, and you can have the light on or off when it gets a hit. You've got an option scan hit, so that when you're scanning it will put an extra indicator on the bottom showing that there's 10 temporary memories. When a close call is found, it goes in one of these 10 temporary memories, and when you turn the radio on and off they'll be gone. So when you're scanning round, you can get it to scan these extra 10 channels. So I'll just give you a quick demo of that. So if I come out of here, so I've got close call on like that, and I key up on my radio nearby, just do that off the camera. It's found a channel, and if I go to scan now, I've got banks 1 and 2 on, and I've also got the close call scan hits active, so that shows up. So if I press hold and take it to channel 1, the close call ones will be below that. So these are the last 10 hits I had, including the one I just showed you. So it logs it in there, and if you turn the radio off, all your close call hits will be gone. I think there is a way to program that into a memory. So once it's come up with that, I think you press enter. Save frequency. Yeah, no empty channels, but you can choose a channel. You can choose a channel, press enter, and that will save it into there. So you can transfer them from the 10 temporary channels, into a normal channel, a permanent channel. So I'll press the dot to come out of that. The range on the close call, if I'm sitting in my car with a mag mount, a decent, reasonable antenna, someone on a 4-watt handheld, like I've just shown you, it will pick up from 100 meters away at least. If I'm in that same situation in the car with a mag mount and someone on a taxi base or a ham base knocking out 50 watts or 100 watts with a decent outdoor aerial, it will pick that up half a mile away or a mile away. So in that same example situation, if an aircraft went by, keyed up, you'd probably get that a mile or two away. It's very difficult to work out the range when you can't see an aircraft, but you can hear it. But because there's nothing in between you and the aircraft to block the signal, you'll pick that up a long way away. And they do use quite a lot of power up there, and I bet their aerials are very efficient. So that's all I know about close call. There's not a lot to it, but the key to it is having a very good aerial on and understanding all these different parameters which affect what you're going to pick up. You know, namely the power of the transmitter, the aerial the transmitter's on, and your aerial. You're not going to pick much up with a rubber duck because it's inefficient in the first place. Right, I hope that was interesting. 7-3, cheers.